On 26 April 1964, the union between Tanganyika and Zanzibar was agreed upon in principle by Abeid Karume and Julius Nyerere in a closed-door meeting in Dar es Salaam. The meeting was attended by only a small handful of high-level ministers. 2 days later, across the Zanzibar Channel, the two heads of the state signed the Articles of Union, binding the states together in a political measure. The union was conceived by Africans and largely fashioned by Nyerere and Karume's key advisors, Tanganyikan Minister of External Affairs Oscar Kambona and Zanzibar Vice President Abdullah Kasim Hanga. The government of United Republic of Tanzania was then formed on 26 April 1964 by two independent countries, Tanganyika and Zanzibar. The agreement to unite these countries was signed by President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere of Tanganyika and Sheikh Abeid Aman Karume of Zanzibar on 22nd April 1964, for which 3 days later the National Assembly approved and agreed the two countries to form one state known as Tanzania. The union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar is an outcome of long history of kinship and relationship, as well as that of common struggles in the economic settlement for enemies to disrupt peace and security among these countries. So these two leaders, Julius Kambarage Nyerere and Karume, decided to unite so as to ensure that security and defense is strong among these two nations. To consolidate cooperation and integration of people who live in these two countries. To avoid expansion of capitalism into Tanzania. To avoid expansion of capitalism into Zanzibar. This is because capitalism was the threat to these two socialist countries, and the two were forced to join together so as to avoid expansion of capitalism policy. This means that socialism was ruling these two states. To broaden the use of Kiswahili language, for which the two countries both used the Kiswahili language as a mode of communication, and this is the union tended to strengthen and broaden the use of Swahili language, as we see so many countries now appreciate the use of Swahili language as the national language of Tanzania, which is formed by Tanganyika and Zanzibar. The union between Tanganyika and Zanzibar have significance. These significance are as follows. Increase the political and economic stability. By joining together, these two countries could potentially create a more stable and prosperous political and economic environment. This means that, as we see, as the bonding together of these parties, there was increasement of political and economic stability among these two countries. Greater international influence, as larger, more united countries, Tanganyika and Zanzibar could potentially widely great influence on the world stage. This means that cooperation among these two countries broadened great international influence due to different potential found in these countries. Due to bounding together of these resources they have together, they influence the great international influence among themselves. Improve the trade and economic development. Improvement of trade and economic development of the union between two countries could facilitate increasement of trade and economic development, leading to greater prosperity for their citizens. It increased both international trade and domestic trade. When I talk about international trade, this is the trade among two countries, or more, abroad countries. This is because these countries bonded as Tanzania. When they bonded as Tanzania, they increased the international trade since different resources found in the two countries were shared largely. They sent to abroad countries, including worldwide countries or far countries. Enhance the cultural exchange and understanding. By coming together, the people of Tanganyika and Zanzibar could learn more about each other, cultures, and tradition, fostering greater understanding, harmony between the two groups. When I talk about the enhancement of cultural exchange and understanding, different cultures were shared. Example, Muslims come from mostly in Zanzibar. These cultures were shared among these two countries, which helped it to strengthen cultural exchange and understanding between people of Zanzibar and Tanganyika, which brought about Tanzania. Better access to resources and services. A union between the two countries could potentially provide greater access to resources and services for their citizens, such as improved infrastructure, healthcare, and education. How did this happen? This happened because the resources or the revenue that was gained by the government among these two states were bounded together and used it to develop Tanganyika and Zanzibar as one state known as Tanzania. So this means there was presence of more government revenue, which brought about improvement of different services, including infrastructures, schools, hospitals, and other services. Increase the policy making. By joining together, the two countries could potentially create more effective and cohesive policy making process, leading to better outcomes for their citizens. So, due to joining together, there was creation of cohesive and potential policies among these citizens, these countries. This means that they settle together and have one policy that can lead them towards development. Increasingly, political representation. As larger, more united countries, Tanganyika and Zanzibar could potentially have more political influence and representation at regional and international levels. This is because, as we know, we have Tanzania mainland president, but also we have a Zanzibar president. This helped to improve political representation. This means that the president of Tanzania could Zanzibar could represent Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar, but also the president of Tanzania mainland could represent Zanzibar and Tanzania mainland. This means that political presentation becomes strong among themselves, but also in international levels. Greater access to capital and investment. A union between Tanganyika and Zanzibar could potentially provide greater access to capital and investment, allowing the country to grow and develop more quickly. Due to improve the union of two states, there was greater improvement of capital and investment. As we know, not everything that is found in Tanzania mainland is found in Zanzibar, but also not everything that is found in Zanzibar is found in Tanzania mainland. So, due to union among together, they share these two things, hence capital investment improved. But also, different people like the different things found in Tanganyika and Zanzibar, which united to form Tanzania. So, greater capital investment was improved. Presence of Constitution of United Republic of Tanzania. The Constitution. We know Constitution are basic rules and principles that rule the countries. So there was formation of the Constitution of United Republic of Tanzania, but not the Constitution of Tanganyika and not the Constitution of Zanzibar, but the Constitution of United Republic of Tanzania. Union has achieved in attaining and maintaining peace and security in our countries. As we know, Tanzania is among of leading countries in having peace and security. So this was enhanced due to improvement of the union among these two states. How? This is because these two countries united in terms of defense and security. union. We know that there is union matters and non-union matters. So in defense and security, they united. Hence, security among these two countries and peace among Tanzanian citizens became strong. Also, employment opportunities. As we know that when these two countries united, this means that people from Tanzania mainland were allowed to go to Zanzibar to have employment opportunity or to be employed in different sectors. But also people from Zanzibar were allowed to come to Tanzania for different job opportunities. Well, this means that improvement of employment opportunity strengthened. Hence, poverty was alleviated in the state. I cannot say that poverty was fully alleviated, but it is minimized. Not alleviated, but minimized in the state. The achievements upon the Union and Tanganyika, you can say achievement. There is significance and there is achievement. And the achievement, economic development. We have seen that the union among Tanganyika and Zanzibar has brought great economic development among these two states, but now it's one state. We can say this, it is one state with different government. We can say government, but it is one state. So economic became high. You can see from the year 2015, our late President John Pombe Magufuli helped in this to bring economic development. But he didn't help only to bring economic development to Tanzania mainland, but even to Zanzibar. This is because of the union among these two states. Improvement of transport and communication as well as infrastructure. There was improvement of infrastructure. Example, there are roads that come from Tanzania to Zanzibar. Communication sectors in terms of internet or different communication devices has improved due to the union of these two states. Strengthening of unity among the people. As we know, different people of Zanzibar and Tanzania are now cooperating together in terms of sport and games, business, and different sectors. This has helped to strengthen unity and cooperation among us and the people of Zanzibar. Also, political enhancement and development, political stability. There is political instability and there is political stability. So, political enhancement and stability has been high. As we know that democracy is fully achieved in Tanzania or implemented. This is because due to the union of these two states. In Zanzibar, they choose their presidents and having their political stability or enhancing political. When Zanzibar are doing election, also Tanzania mainland are doing election. This means that political is widely treated in a country that is Tanzania, which is formed by Tanganyika and Zanzibar. The following are challenges facing the union between Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Misunderstanding of citizen upon union matters. As we know, we cannot be perfect 100%. We cannot cooperate and love each other 1%. So there is misunderstanding or conflict, some conflict, but not conflict, some conflicts among the union of Zanzibar and Tanzania. Therefore, this has been a great challenge that is facing the union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Regulating policies which are not suitable. The people also stand as an obstacle on the union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. As we know that everything that is implemented in a state, not everybody agrees. So some people are regretting on the policy on Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Hence, this is a challenge to the union of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. To conclude, we would like to ask the President's Office, both mainland and Tanzania, to work together so as to give out suitable solutions to the challenges which obscure the union of two countries. Also, the two governments us to work together in a cooperative way so as to strengthen unity, peace, harmony, and security, so as to make the union stable to us and the coming generation. Thank you for listening and have a good night.
Sidhani kama haya makofi yanatosha. Yani kwa kweli, very nice. Very good. And I can announce that you are the winner from right now.